I been missing out the walk with the minute. I been building up the blocks like a minion. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my God, boy he got a God. Oh my God, boy that boy on top. Sipping walk, make my heart stop. All these hoes, yeah my love my thigh. Yo, all let go, put her on roll, put that whole payroll, put that whole on go. Yeah she like to go, yeah she love to blow. Get that dick slow, like a snow cone. Yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. I'm in the mall, yeah I'm saying. Give me a minute, yeah I need a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm gonna tell you, hey, Cardi B and Pippin, Cardi B and kick the shit in, yeah, give me a minute, yeah.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG. And we back with another video with some sad news today. Very, very sad news today, man. Terron Armstead, he gone, man. Terron Armstead is gone, man. I don't know how I feel about the season. I don't know anymore. I really don't know, man. We really needed Terron Armstead. For real. I mean, unless Patrick Paul could perform up to the level of Terron Armstead. That's what we hoping for. We hoping this 52 guy right here, 6'8", 360. We hoping that he could block well enough to the point where we're not going to realize the loss of Terron Armstead. You know, you've been in this offense for a year now. For a year. So you shouldn't be bad, but, you know, we don't have no hopes. You know, he had some good plays last year. He had some good plays. I'm not even going to lie, put people on their back. I give Patrick Paul that. Most definitely. But at the same time, there's no replacing Terron Armstead. No replacing Terron Armstead. You know, like right now he's coaching up Patrick Paul in this video. He's coaching him up, but we're going to see if he could turn into that next Terron Armstead for this offense. That's what we're really hoping for, man. There go Austin Jackson in the back. You were supposed to be the person that made us realize that we don't need Terron Armstead, but you're not good enough. We move you to right tackle. We still got to keep on getting other guys to put in that room to see if we could actually replace a guy of this magnitude. You know, the last time we had a good tackle before Terron Armstead was Larry Tunsil, but we traded him away. So
before the game, we noticed Terron Armstead giving you a bunch of tips. What has that relationship been like, getting to learn from someone like him?
You know, it's you know, you got the vet and the rookie. Most of the guys in my room, they're veterans. You know, we have 2 rookies in the room, and we have about 35 years from all our linemen in there. So every guy in there, they're pretty good at giving me advice whenever I need it and whenever it comes to that. But before the game, he was just talking with me, getting me ready for the moment, and yeah.
Is it more of a mentality thing with him in those moments in terms of getting you ready for the game during warm-up?
Yeah, it's kind of just, you know, you're going to be nervous.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's your first start.
Trying to calm you down a little bit.
Just, you know, basic techniques, what we've been doing this whole time. Just go out there and do that.
Before the game, we noticed Terron Armstead.
Patrick Paul, no need to be nervous, bro. No need to be nervous, man. You're probably the biggest, tallest old lineman in the NFL, or probably in the top 5. Probably in the top 5. If anything, everybody should be scared of you. But you got to give them something on film to show that you ain't nothing to play with. You know, he's athletically gifted in regards to his arm length, He's getting better with his technique, but it's the offseason, so we're hoping that he putting in work to be a better player for the Dolphins next year. That's what we're hoping for. Next, we got this little interview with Terron Armstead with Chris Sims. So maybe he's going to give us some details in this little interview in regards to him knowing that he was going to retire all along.
Super Bowl week coverage and interviews here in New Orleans. Joining us now, longtime NFL tackle, Miami Dolphins, Terron Armstead. Terron, great to see you. Welcome.
You too. I appreciate you.
Terron, like all these years, he's been a franchise left tackle for, I don't know, what year are you in now?
12.
12?
Wow.
Damn, old man. But I've never come across him ever, like, in any way.
He's been avoiding you. He's smart.
Very smart of him, definitely. He's a smart left tackle. He's smart, he's rich, he's got it all going.
I just protect quarterbacks. We don't have to do too much talking. Okay. I just protect you.
Thank you.
What drew you to play left tackle? When did you know that was your calling?
Couldn't stop eating, man. I couldn't put it down. So I had speed and all those good things, but I enjoyed the dinner table a little too much. So I wanted to play D-line, actually. When I went to Arkansas Pine Bluff, first day they moved me to O-line. Couple of O-linemen that they recruited didn't show up, and they moved me over, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
What's the difference? I laugh.
Imagine Terron Armstead on that D-line. Imagine. He would be crazy, man. At D-tackle, he would be a good 3 technique. I could see him doing that. Maybe DN.
A lot about the different mentality of the O-line and D-line.
Yeah.
Right? What is it that jumps out to you?
I would say D-linemen, they have more of an attack mentality.
Right.
We have more of a, not we, because I like to attack.
Yeah.
But O-lineman is more of a protective mentality.
Right.
You know what I mean? More on the defense. But I always encourage O-linemen, we got to get back on the offense, you know what I mean? So pass pro doesn't have to be passive, and run game is our chance to get some body blows. So try to get that attack.
You're big.
Yeah.
But for left tackle, you're not like one of these. You are, right. So what is it about
I'm a dog.
Yeah, you are. And that's where that D lineman comes in. And then that athleticism you're talking about.
For sure. Yeah, coming into the league, man, seeing some of the other O linemen and just the size and the D linemen too. Like Julius Peppers was still in the league when I came in, and he's 6'13".
Yeah, I played against him.
You know what I
mean? I know. Yeah.
So I had to use my strengths, my speed, athleticism, and my hands. I got some really strong hands. So being able to just jump out on guys, jump sets, and all those things. Watching Jason Peters do it for so long, and just really mimicking him and taking his style of play, and I felt like it worked well for me.
Yeah.
That's good to hear right there. Very, very good to hear. He's basically saying that even though he's not the biggest left tackle in the NFL, he uses traits in regards to making up for that. Patrick Paul, the traits that you got, Terron Armstead never had when he was coming out. The long limbs, you got the perfect size for an NFL left tackle, perfect size. But now hone in on that technique that Terron Armstead had throughout his whole career. And maybe we can replace Terron Armstead with Patrick Paul. But we going to see if Dolphins go tackle first round, man. That's going to tell you everything in regards to Patrick Paul. That's going to tell you everything.
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help. A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you.
What's the biggest difference between living and playing in New Orleans and living and playing in Miami?
It's a lot of differences. New Orleans is it's a lot of history here, a lot of culture, a lot of traditions, and Miami is so diverse. It is multi. It's just so many different walks of life in Miami.
Yeah.
And sports is one of the things that bring people together, no matter the race, the gender, doesn't matter. So you just look around in the stands in Miami, you will see, so many different brands of people, and it's just both beautiful cities, both that has a lot to be proud of, and I couldn't be more thankful to play for those two organizations.
And I think the Super Bowl needs to be, and we've been talking about it all week, it's got to be New Orleans, Miami on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, don't come back to Miami. Do not come back to Miami. You get way too hectic in Miami whenever the Super Bowl down here. Way too hectic.
What was I going to say? Oh, excuse me. I totally blanked out what I was about to say. I totally messed up. Like, can I read?
Keep struggling.
You know, this is what it was. What's the best offensive line tradition you've been a part of? Right? Like, I used to go to Thursday dinners with the guys and do that. That's it.
That's the one.
You're still
Thursday dinner. When I come into the league, Jari Evans, Zach Street, Ben Grubbs, like it was not voluntary at all. You had to be there, and you had to be on time. If you were late, it's a $100 fine. And I'm coming from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. You know, I'm trying to keep my 100. So
that's O-line stuff. So you're right. D-line wouldn't have a time stamp on the
They don't have any.
Hey, Terron, keep that up, man. Keep that up. Keep going to dinners with our O-linemen, even though you retired. You know, make sure they come in on time and still meet up with you, even though you're not playing. We definitely gonna need that. Most definitely.
Structure.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So the O-line dinner, and then when COVID hit, I started doing them at my house.
Right.
So now in Miami, most of the O-line dinners are at the house, and it's a great time to fellowship and get to know guys deeper, build some relationships. Yeah, that tradition it should stay around.
So you got a great house.
I got a good living room.
Cook. You got your own cook that's there for that then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're just footing the bill every week for the O-line dinner.
Absolutely not. No.
So even though it's at your house, then you still get people to
for
chip
sure.
in.
Yeah. Somebody else got to pay.
That's
got to
awesome.
pay to
See,
play.
that's O-lineman right there. That's O-lineman. That's amazing. D-lineman, whoever hosts the party, would just be like, whatever, no big deal. But
no, that doesn't make great financial sense for me to do that.
Exactly.
So, we share it.
What do you make, Terron, of the narrative around the Dolphins? And some of it, comes from within the team. One of the players said it after the loss to Green Bay on Thanksgiving night. There's a softness to the defense. That soft label's been applied to the Dolphins. Got to get some tougher guys. Got to get some more dogs like you. They're going to come out there and take care of things. How do you feel about where the Dolphins are, and do they need more of a physical edge and a physical mentality to get over the hump?
I think we need more of an edge, more of an attention to detail and the small things. The word soft really it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never been associated with the word, so it's hard to even talk about. But for the direction of the Dolphins, I think we just.
Terron just said he not soft, he hard. That's what Terron just said. Okay, Terron. Okay.
Just need to. The frustration is we have enough. Like, we feel like we have the talent to go win. So when you don't, it's hard to deal with. It's hard to cope with, especially when you're somebody that's used to winning. So I think us locking in on the details and the small things that make Kansas City, that separated themselves from the league. Their situational football is incredible. 4th and 1, they know what to do, and late game situations, they know 2-minute drill. They just, it's like clockwork. I think those are things that we need to lock in and focus on more. Like, down to down, we can play with anybody. We can be as physical as we want to with anybody, down to down. It's just the situational game has not been our friend, and we have to make that something that's a huge emphasis moving forward in order to win big games.
And specifically, what do you do? How do you get from here to there?
Yeah, I mean, it takes total buy-in, all from everyone, not even just the players, coaches, staff, training staff, equipment. It takes total buy-in, and it's only 3 or 4 teams that have that every year, and usually those are the final 4. That every team is after one common goal. There's no individual success that's driving anyone. You know what I mean? Those are the teams that are consistently successful, and it has to start early when it's a 90-man roster. Mm-hmm. Even the guys that's only there for a couple months. You know what I mean? Just having that buy-in and that culture. It's hard to do, but it's necessary in order to win.
You've seen it because you've been a part of it in New Orleans.
I've seen
you're
it.
saying there, and you're saying in Miami, there's everybody can raise up and pay attention to little things a little bit better.
For sure.
Right.
For sure. It has to be consistently.
Yeah.
Consistently. We've had stretches. We've gone on 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak. We've been on 5-game losing streaks too. You know what I mean? So that just shows the level of
it's
inconsistency.
all over the place a little bit there.
Yeah.
I brought up New Orleans. You had
Terron Armstead, he might come back if the Dolphins show that they could be good enough to win some playoff games. He might come back, in my honest opinion. I don't know. He might be officially done, but you see Tom Brady, he retired and he come back. So I don't know, man. I would love that, but I highly doubt that.
Had some tough losses.
My bad, y'all.
Find the things you love.
It's not even skip no more.
Welcome to your Walmart.
Do you still think, I don't mean to be bad, but I mean, we're here for the Super Bowl. Everybody remembers the Rams, the bad call.
Yeah,
No call.
Yeah.
How often do you think about those tough losses you had here?
Yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, it's traumatic to me. Honestly, it is. It's one of the lowest moments. We just think about what could have been. The timelines for a lot of people would have changed. The history of the NFL would have changed. We would have had Brady, Breeze in the Super Bowl, which would have been incredible. Yeah, I've been 12 years, man. I've been on some great teams. I've never been to a Super Bowl, and it's so hard to do.
Right.
So hard to do. So to be so close.
That's sad, man. That's sad, man. He telling you, man, that he regret that he ain't get a ring. He telling you it. But, you know, his body not holding up. His body not holding up. You know, that probably is the main reason why he retired. Probably is.
We get that call, we kick a field goal, maybe 20 seconds left, you know, we feel like we get a chance to go. It's hard to deal with, and I'll forever hold on to that.
He talks about the one playoff game he was ever in 20 years ago. He still remembers the Buccaneers and
It's
Washington.
hard to
and
do.
you guys kept doing what was impressive year after year. You'd have a heartbreaker, you go back to 0-0, and you'd get all the way to the playoffs again. You were never deterred by it. You never fell apart. You kept pushing and pushing and pushing. All right, you're pushing out some music on Madden. Tell us more.
Yeah, I did crowd control on Madden 24 with some incredible artists, working with Interscope, Derek Milano being a producer over there. It was myself, Melvin Ingram, Darren Waller, Ray Ray McLeod. We had Rob 49 and some other artists too. It was special, man. When I first got to the league, I got away from music because it was more like to shut up and play, and it was a big void for me. And it was a stress reliever and something I truly enjoyed doing. So I got back into music, and like my first song I put out went viral. We played in the Superdome every week. It was on the radio down here.
What is it? What's it called?
BOA.
BOA.
Check it out. Yeah, give me some streams. Check me out. But yeah, so I got to actually do the soundtrack for Madden.
Should I put on Terron Armstead song? I might get copyright. Man. So I'm not gonna do it.
And I ended up on 5 of the 6 songs. One of the songs is going to be in a movie coming up. Really big movie.
Wow, what movie?
Can't say. I cannot say. I've signed the papers.
Okay.
I will honor that.
Drop a line, though. I want to hear a line. Give me one line, okay?
So Terron Armstead, he gonna get that bag no matter what, man. That bag gonna come in regardless. Even though he retiring, he gonna have other streams of income coming in. So you already got everything set up, man. You do so. A shout out to Terron Armstead on that one.
The song is him.
Right.
I'll just say that. The song is him. So when you hear the song in the movie, because I'm sure you'll see the movie, huge producer, all those good things. So, yeah. You want me to drop a line?
I know, you don't
I'm
have
dropping
to.
gems with Chris Sims. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. That's what I do. You know what I mean?
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
Before we let you go, what's the one thing that's on the table that you can't stay away from? You already told us you couldn't stop eating. What's the one thing you can't stop eating until they take it away?
See, that was young, undisciplined me. Now, I've trained my mental. Yeah. I'm powerful up here now.
All right.
But I think chips really was, flaming hot fries made me an offensive lineman.
That's amazing.
Hell no.
See, kids, start eating the flaming hot fries and you'll be an offensive lineman too.
Hey, start eating them hot chips, man. If you eat them too much, they're gonna mess up your insides. For real.
Also,
talk about your foundation.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here.
Appreciate it.
Let's hear it.
Team Armstead Foundation has been around now for 11 years, and we've impacted countless communities and individuals. Now our focus is mainly education. I have a youth business program called IAB. I'm in business, and in that program, we're teaching not only confidence, but we're going through business acumen, financial literacy, a proper handshake and eye contact, hand movements, you know what I mean? So we're really just trying to get these youth introduced to something new, a new world, untraditional teaching, but it's so necessary for life and everything moving forward. So
it's key.
That's great stuff, too.
Awesome.
I mean, teaching people practical life skills, how to interact with other folks, and not send the wrong message accidentally. Sometimes you want to send the wrong message intentionally, but you don't want to send the wrong message accidentally. That's great. That's great. All right.
You're an impressive mofo.
Terron Armstead. We'll be back with more from New Orleans.
You're the man.
I appreciate it.
Seriously.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching.
Shout out to my boy Billy. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. Armstead needs to relax and enjoy life. Yeah, he does, man. He does. But our team does need help at that spot. We do need help. We do need help, man. We're going to check out Terron Armstead Instagram. I don't think he posted anything about it yet. You know, there's nothing on his story. Nothing on his story. He probably got tagged in a lot of things in regards to it. Yeah, there's some pictures here. Yeah, he was clean.
2014, and for me, getting into the community, giving back, it's the very least that we can do. That you guys, as fans of the sport, you invest so much time, energy, and your own personal money to watch and to support. And the very least that we can do as athletes, and I'm sure DeMario and Marcus Close and other guys in the room could attest to this, the very least that we can do is be active in the community, to go and be present, to shake a hand, to have a conversation. So,
you know, real stand-up guy. Real stand-up guy, man. I'm going to definitely miss Terron Armstead, bro, to be honest, man. To be honest. There go Marcus Williams. He was over there. I think I know where this is at, but I forgot the name in Miami. I forgot the name. Come on, T-State. Why I ain't get an invite, man? Why ain't you invite me, man? I ain't talked to T-State before, but he did respond to one of my tweets, you know. I was giving him a shout out, you know, a little shit like that. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, man. You could post about it now, Terron Armstead. We all know now. We all know now. To be honest, we all know now, bro. But Terron Armstead always clean. Always had that on, man. Always, no matter what, bro. You know, you could be a big guy if you look like this. If you look like this, you could be a big guy. You know, you can't let it be too sloppy. You know. You see, not a lot of big guys got swag like this. Not a lot of big guys got swag like this. This is why I like Terron Armstead, bro. This is why I like him, man. I don't know. I wish I could play some of his songs, but I don't think YouTube gonna let me. See, that boy is saucy. Man, he's shining right now, man. He looked like a upgrade of Rick Ross. Excuse me. He looked like an upgrade of Rick Ross. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Once I get to 100K, I'm gonna look just like that. 100K. That's his son right there.
I ain't been home in a week. Gone
They walk in the door 5 minutes before they walk in the door. This here dog.
I can
Yeah, he the cleanest over there. He the cleanest, man. I ain't gonna lie. Man, they already removed the Dolphins, everything, man. You just say, oh, no. Just say NFL, man. They tried to run Armstead. Not even a day passed by. You already removed him? Not even a day? Crazy, man. So today we're going to remember Terron Armstead for all he has done throughout his career. You know, we're going to watch some highlights. We're going to watch some of the clips from the actual party that he threw, the retirement party. See who spoke on that. I think Drew Brees was there. I don't know if I seen Tua out there. I do not know. All right. Here we got Terron Armstead when he was with the Saints. You know, when he was a dog. Let's check him out. Drew Brees at quarterback. There go Alvin Kamara. Look at that boy moving. He almost took him to the locker room, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with Terron, man. Please stop playing with him. You know, Terron, he probably top 3 fastest old lineman of all time. I don't think I'm wrong on that one. I never seen an old lineman run a 4.6. Barely seen it, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Excuse me. But good job by Terron Armstead. Good run blocker, good pass. Ooh, nasty. Nasty. Good pass blocker, good run blocker. Oh, man, bro. Talented, dog. So talented. Definitely gonna miss that boy, man. Here we got Patrick Paul, the guy who's gonna replace Terron Armstead. We're gonna see if he can hold up. We're gonna see. You know, this is some of his highlights from last year. You know, he seemed like he could handle all of the Jets' edge rushers. Like, there wasn't too much of a competition against the Jets. So we might be good against the Jets in regards to D-line. You know, but Patriots, they got new D-linemen. They might be hard for Patrick Paul. You know, Bills, they just got Joey Bosa. So can Patrick Paul handle Joey Bosa? That's what we got to figure out. You know, he blocking Hassan Reddick with ease. Hassan Reddick, a pretty good pass rusher. That's McDonald right there. That's probably their best edge rusher right here. That's the Jets' best edge rusher. This is what Patrick Paul doing to him. That's pretty good. I'm not even going to lie. Clemens, a very strong DN. You know, he could get pushed back on this, but he holding up. He holding up. Good pass blocking. Him against Houston. You know, this is your hometown, so you are supposed to perform at this stage, bro. This is your hometown right here. Who 55? Daniil Hunter? I think so. Okay. That boy blocking Daniil Hunter? Okay. Yeah, that's a good job right there by Patrick Paul. Will Anderson, he blocking him. Okay. That's a good rep right there. Good out rep. Okay. Will Anderson, Alabama. You know, I think number 2 overall pick. Number 3. So he's showing that he could block against the Houston Texans D-line, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Here, shout out to the Dive Bar podcast. They spoke with Raheem Mostert and they asked him for any hints if Terron Armstead would retire. Let's hear what they got to say.
You know, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I can't spoil anything.
So you know something.
No, I'm not. Well, honestly, I don't know. I just, you know, just him talking to me and the type of relationship we have. You know, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't put it past him that, you know, he wants to play again just because the type of player he is. But then I also know I'm in several different business things with him too. So I know he likes the business side of things and he wants to move on. You know, he put a nice little luscious career together. So we'll see, man. I'm excited. Either way, you know, if he continues to play, he's still gonna have nothing but the love and support from me. You know, I literally got his last jersey as a Miami Dolphin, so I'm super excited about.
He said it right there. He said it right there that he retired, bro. His last jersey as a Miami Dolphin. That's what I think.
That, and I can't wait to hang that up. You know, that's going to be something I'm going to truly cherish. So it's we'll see.
A shout out to Raheem Mostert, you know, currently with the Raiders. You know, he went and joined Christian Wilkins. Sadly enough, but we do love Raheem too. You know, it's all love with Raheem. All love. Here's my boy Tyler. His reaction to Terron Armstead retiring. I know he's hesitating right now. He's going crazy right now. I know it.
Oh my God, Terron Armstead just retired! We just lost another one of our leaders and our best offensive lineman! I had a feeling this would happen, because if you listen to Mike McDaniel's last press conference, he didn't feel good about Terron Armstead coming back this year. So this past season, we lost our two best leaders in Terron Armstead and Calais Campbell. You know what those two players are telling me? They have no faith in Mike McDaniel, and they don't believe in Chris Greer. And you know what? I don't blame him. Chris Greer's been our GM for, 8 years? Haven't had a single playoff win. This guy blows! Armstead and Campbell are smart. They know this is a sinking ship with Chris Greer at the head of the table. And if Tyreek didn't just re-sign a new deal with us last offseason, he wouldn't be here either. He probably would have dipped too. Stephen Ross should have fired this bum at the beginning of this offseason. Why is he still here?
It's looking worse and worse for Chris Greer, man. Worse and worse and worse. If Patrick Powell don't work, bro, it's over for Chris Greer, bro. It's over. He definitely on the hot seat now. Most definitely.
Oh no, none of us know, except for Stephen Ross. That buffoon, for some reason, just loves Chris Greer. He doesn't want to get rid of him. What's the plan now? Is this why we brought back Liam Eichenberg, our worst offensive lineman? Is he going to be protecting Tua's blind side? Or are we just going to kill Tua at this point? Because that's what it seems like to me. It seems like they don't give a single shit about Tua's health. Tua's gotten injured the past couple of years because of how bad the O-line's been. And what does he do this offseason? Just makes the O-line even worse. It makes no sense. But I know Patrick Paul's going to be our starting left tackle going into this year. He was our second-round pick last year. Hopefully it works out. He didn't really play much. He hasn't really showed much, so we'll just hope and pray. And it's very possible we take an offensive lineman with our 13th overall pick, whether it's Will Campbell or Armin Membu if they drop, or maybe even Kelvin Banks Jr. But Armstead, I don't blame you for retiring. I have no faith in Chris Greer either. Hopefully he gets fired soon, but enjoy the rest of your retirement. Oh my...
Oh, man, he went crazy, bro. He went crazy, bro. Shout out to Tyler, man. Funny. But, hey, Will Campbell, he don't sound too bad, man. He don't sound too bad. Let me get to the comments real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Help is with Patrick Paul in the draft, fam. Sink or swim. You know, Patrick Paul, like I said, he had some good highlights last year. Some good highlights that show you that he could be a good tackle. I'd say that. Shout out to my boy Cap. Thank you for pulling up on me. Cap for live. Coach Armstead will be missed, most definitely. But hey, he could still be around. Man. In that little interview with Chris Sims, he said that every Thursday that they do dinners. So I think like all the old linemen on the Dolphins will still do that dinner, but he'll just come. But he's not playing for the Dolphins no more. That's just the case. So he's technically a coach, but he's not a coach. Nice interview, great content, bro. Appreciate you, Cap. Appreciate you. Billy, numbers 1072, Armstead, Barry White Jr. Who that? YouTube, thumb 7, Colin from Heard No More Than Fans. He hard pressed Armstead about coming back to play. Armstead said he had a team already. Dolphins. Yeah, I watched that the other day. I think I did that in my other video. I think I did that, yeah. DDW said Uno was there. Oh, Tua was there? I ain't see him. Okay. Does Armstead go the Shaquille Barrel route and sign with another team? Like I said, I feel like if the Dolphins show like we could win a playoff game, he'll come back to the Dolphins. The Saints, I don't think the Saints are in a better position to win than the Dolphins. I don't think so. So no way he goes back to the Saints like Shaquille Barrett did. I don't think he does that. Heard. Okay, yeah, honestly. I understand. Cat for Live laughing. Yeah, man. Tyler funny. He panicking right now. It looked like he was about to cry at one point. Let me go to that part where he about to cry. Hold on.
It makes no sense. But I know Patrick Paul's going to be our starting left tackle going into this year. He was our second-round pick last year. Hopefully it works out. He didn't really play much. He hasn't really showed much, so we'll just hope and pray. And it's very possible leaving Chris Greer at the head of the table. And if Tyreek didn't just re-sign a new deal with us last offseason, he wouldn't be here either. He probably would have dipped too. Stephen Ross should have fired this bum at the beginning of this offseason. Why is he still here? I don't know. None of us know, except for Stephen Ross.
But we all acting like Chris Greer forced Terron Armstead to retire. That's crazy. And we still find a way to blame Chris Greer, even though Terron Armstead said he retiring. We all blaming Chris Greer. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But here we have a little video from the retirement night. Terron Armstead on what made Sean Payton, Drew Brees, and Cam Jordan special.
Around them. Walk by in the hallway, try to bump him. Didn't like him. I appreciated him. And as I got older and the more time I spent around him, I understood him. He was so big on the details, the small things. He held everybody to the same standard, and I appreciated that. That standard of excellence. He would go and yell at the front desk lady because too many DoorDash orders coming in. He would go to the groundskeep guys. He would go to the cafeteria staff. He was crazy, but he was consistent. And I appreciate him for that because I started to understand him. And those lessons started to grow into me. And I watched other leaders on the team. I watched Drew Brees in his process. It's cliche, first person in, last one to leave. That was truly him. That was truly Drew. Every off day, every Tuesday, he was in that quarterback room, studying film for hours.
Wow.
I watched Cam J. Every off day, he's at a school or a hospital.
Yeah, that's hard work right there. Hard work. Here's a little setup at the party in Miami. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I think I went to a club here before. They probably just rented it out to throw this, probably. Let's all watch the infamous Terron Armstead NFL Combine. Legend.
Right leg.
6'4" and 3 quarters, 306, 34-inch arms. Amazing. The arm length, that's pretty good right there. Pretty good.
During the season for NC State. So now here is Terron Armstead of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
This is one of my favorite offensive linemen in this year's draft. He's
Moving.
a great athlete from a small school. He opened up eyes.
Y'all see why I say he could be a DN? Because of that speed, even though he's 306, he could be a DN/D tackle if he ever played D-line.
East-West All-Star game. I thought he had the most upside of any offensive lineman at the East-West game.
Moving. Some linebackers not even running this speed.
Unofficially, a 4.65. So
Crazy,
I highlighted
dog.
Lane Johnson in the open, yet Armstead from Pine Bluff runs a sub 4.7. This kid is rising up charts.
Crazy, man. Crazy. That's one of the best combines I ever seen from an old lineman. One of the best, bro. And he came from a HBCU. Like, come on, man. Shout out to Terron. You know, Terron, he could go out and do this now. You know, just live life, enjoy it. Don't have to worry about injuries. He don't got to worry about the Dolphin Twitter slander that he receives when he don't play a game. Y'all bothering him. He don't got to worry about that no more. He can just live his life, you know, go to different countries, be a rapper, handle all the business that not business, but the businesses that he handling, you know. I'm happy for Terron, man. Happy for Terron. I don't know where he at. He look like he on a island. Santorini, I don't know. But it look lit where he at. By the way, Terron dancing, you would have thought he had a Super Bowl ring already. You would have thought he had a Super Bowl ring already, man. A shout out to Terron Armstead. Last year, he played 15 games. So that's pretty good. 15 games is like 17 games for Terron Armstead. This felt like the whole season. I'm not even gonna lie, man. 3 sacks allowed, tied for third. You know, some years he be letting 0 sacks. Some years, to be honest. Let me see. Okay, I'm good. 89.4 overall grade, third in regards to D tackles. At one point, he was ranked first. Throughout the season, and then I think he kind of fell off, but he still had a good year. Here's the players that we lost so far. The last 2 offseason: Christian Wilkins, Javon Holland, Robert Hunt, Andrew Van Ginkel, Terron Armstead, Calais Campbell, Xavier Howard, Connor Williams, Brandon Jones, Jerome Baker, Deshaun Elliott. Out of all these guys, I'm going to tell you the ones that I regret and the ones I don't regret. Christian Wilkins, I don't really regret it because we ended up getting Calais Campbell. But look, we lost Calais Campbell as well. We lost him as well, man. Javon Holland, it just depends on if we do get a good safety in the draft that I like, then I won't regret losing Javon Holland. But if we don't, then yeah, I will. I feel like he's going to have a good year with the Giants. I do feel like it. Robert Hunt, this seems like the one that I regret the most. This seems like it, but we ain't had the money to give to him. We didn't. Andrew Van Ginkel, I feel like I mean, as of right now, I feel like Andrew Van Ginkel and Chop Robinson, they're on an even playing field. Even playing field, bro. You know, I can't really say one is better than the other, you know, but if you had to force me to choose somebody, I would choose Andrew Van Ginkel right now. I'm sorry. Andrew Van Ginkel, he does everything out there. Chop Robinson, he'll get to the backfield quick, but he's not as versatile as Van Ginkel. He could get to that point. I think Chop Robinson has a high ceiling, but I do miss Van Ginkel. No cap. Terron Armstead, definitely going to regret this one. Any old lineman loss, good old lineman loss, I'm going to regret it. Xavier Howard, kind of regret it. You know, as of right now, I would choose Xavier Howard over Cam Smith. I'm not even going to lie. Xavier Howard, he's not retired. He's still available. You know, we could bring him back in for one more year. You know, if he's having a hard time finding another team, Xavier Howard would be better than anything else that we will put right now, unless we get Will Johnson in the draft or Chevelle, I forgot his name, from Eastern Carolina, the cornerback. One of those guys, man, at corner. But if we don't end up addressing the cornerback group and we still end up with bad corners, let's hit up Xavier Howard. Let's do that. Connor Williams, I don't regret this one because he ended up retiring anyway. You know, just like Terron Armstead. So 2 of these old linemen retired. Crazy. 2. Brandon Jones, yeah, I kind of regret this one. I did not know that he was going to perform as well as he did with the Broncos. Did not know. Jerome Baker, nah. Nah, I'm sorry. I love Jerome. I love you, Jerome, but nah, I'm good. Deshaun Elliott, nah, I'm good. I'm good, man. But Terron Armstead, bro, that's a huge loss. A huge loss. But it seemed like we low-key rebuilding. Seems like a rebuilding or retooling. I say that, man. Here, NFL players react. Bradley Chubb, he said, a true OG. Hall of Fame for sure. That's what he, that's what you said, man. Shout out to Bradley Chubb. Easy money. So Jonnu Smith, shout out to him. Legendary brother. Congrats on an amazing career. The GOAT King. That's Jonnu. Jalen Waddle. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. I'm saying it in his voice too. Hall of Fame. I don't know. Terron Armstead, he don't got that ring yet. So I don't know if he go big into the Hall of Fame. But hey, I would put him in. I don't care. He deserve it, bro. He deserve it. My dog, a heck of a career. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey. He commented. Here, shout out to the Dive Bar podcast again. They had a little interview with Terron Armstead a few weeks ago. I forgot when, but they had that interview and he talked about Patrick Paul on his interview. So let's check out what he said.
Yeah, Big Pat Paul, man. He's
it was a little bit.
Hold on, my bad, y'all.
Pat Paul, man. He's when I spoke about somebody that has that desire to be great, that's Pat. That's Pat. And he has some tools that I seen early. I didn't do OT. I haven't done OTAs in probably 8 years or whatever. So when I got back from minicamp and I seen Patrick Paul and he's making that initial contact that you see in pass pro, boom. But the ability to stay engaged without pads on, with the jerseys on, when you got players that can do that, that's different. That's not a normal. You don't find many of those that can latch on to people without pads on. That so your hands and feet are in position to where you can control this man in a jersey. That's rare. You know what I mean? So he has that. With the year of work that he's had from a technique standpoint, understanding the game, and that's only going to continue to grow because of his willingness to work. He wants to be great. He want to smoke my career, like put my shit out there. You know what I mean? Make people forget about Terron Armstead. Like that's the goal. I love it. I'm here for it. So with that, his approach, his mindset, sky's the limit for Patrick Paul.
Here's who Billy said that Terron Armstead looked like, if I'm not mistaken. Is him? It don't look like Terron Armstead to me. Oh, I don't know, dog. I don't know. This don't look like Terron Armstead, bro. It don't. But shout out to T Stead on what he said about Patrick Paul. You know, I can't really go off of practice based on what you do at practice to see if you're going to be a good player or not. I got to see you against the best of the best. The best of the best. But we've seen some reps of Patrick Paul going up against good DNs, and he can hold up sometimes. He can hold up. Here's another video from the party.
Still live 2013 NFL draft was my first day on the job. Today is my last. I appreciate y'all, man. Love you. Still.
Yeah, he about to cry.
Live 2013 NFL draft was my first day on the job. Today is my last. I appreciate y'all, man. Love you. Still, live. 2013 NFL draft was.
This is who I see, Barry White Jr. This is who I see. Does he look like Terron Armstead? Does he? I don't know. I don't know about him either. I don't know about him. I don't know if this is the right person or not, Billy. I don't know. But shout out to T Stead on that not press conference, but on the speech. You know, definitely will be missed. You see, look, you look way bigger than Terron Armstead, bro. Way bigger than Terron Armstead. Way, way bigger, bro. Terron Armstead passing the torch to Patrick Paul at his retirement party last night. Man. My brother. Locked in, man. Locked in. Let me see what I got next for y'all in regards to Terron Armstead.
I'm curious. I remember last time we.
So now we gonna react to Patrick Paul. We gonna see if Patrick Paul could replace Terron Armstead. We gonna see. Hold on. I know Rick Ross. You know Rick Ross. Yeah, I told you like Terron Armstead is like the glowed up version of Rick Ross. The glowed up taller version. Rick Ross is like 6 foot. Terron Armstead like 6'5", 300. Rick Ross 300, but he 5'11", 6 foot. You know, so Rick Ross a little bit more pudgier. If Rick Ross was 6'5", he'll look just like Terron Armstead. Terron Armstead, he not bald yet. That's the only thing he missing. The only thing. But let's check out Patrick Paul. See what he got to say.
Time we spoke, you mentioned. I remember last time we spoke, you mentioned that you do a lot of boxing in order to keep your hands. I'm curious if I can ask you to show us how fast your hands are. Okay.
Oh snap! He almost knocked that boy out. Oh snap!
Keep your hands. I'm curious if I can ask you to show us how fast your hands are. Okay. I wasn't ready. I was hoping to put my hands up, but you know what? That'll do. Where did you learn that one from?
Just when I was in Houston, those HTX Fight Camp. Shout out HTX Fight Camp. He should be at the game also. So we went there as an O-line when I was younger and just stuck with it throughout college.
I remember last time we spoke.
That's pretty good that he's taking in that boxing. You know, sometimes I'll be at practice and I'll see Terron Armstead, using boxing gloves on the sideline. So that's pretty good right there. Shout out to my boy Mudbone. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up on me. We just going over Terron Armstead, the loss of him, and Patrick Paul. Can you replace Terron Armstead? That's what we're going over today. Right here we got Patrick Paul at left tackle. I think we already watched the Hassan Reddick, I think. But one reason why I like this matchup right here, Hassan Reddick, he has a lot of speed coming off the edge. A lot of speed. Some left tackles cannot take speed off the edge. It seemed like Patrick Paul, he could take strength and speed. With this size, you could definitely take strength. But with speed, you definitely gonna need some length, and Patrick Paul, he has that as well. Look how much ground he gained on Hassan Reddick. He gained a lot of ground. But at the same time, Tua throwing it so fast, he definitely gonna make this rep look good, most definitely. But good kick slide by Patrick Paul, staying in his face. I like that right there. I like that. We already watched that one. Right here, we have Patrick Paul at left tackle. I think this is Zach Carter, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a longer limb guy, like 6'5", 265, but he's 6'8", 60. So this is a pretty good matchup. You would consider this a big DN. So he could bull rush you at any time, or he could use his speed. I think Carter runs like a 4.4, something like that off the edge. 4.4. Like he got in his chest, couldn't really do nothing. Some DNs, they're going to try that if they see that you have a weak anchor. They're going to just try to bull rush you in your chest. He probably trying them because he's a rookie. You're not doing this to Terron Armstead. You're not. But to a rookie, you could probably do this. Most likely. Come on, Patrick Paul. Come on. He got to be toe to toe. But his feet kind of got messed up here, you know. But that's one issue that we have with Patrick Paul, the feet. That's one issue. You see, you in a bad spot right here. Bad spot right here. Your knee's kind of too in at this point. Kind of too in. So when you make that inside move, it's going to be too hard for you to get back in position to block this DN. You know, so you definitely got to work on your feet. You know, in college, we could tell like his footwork wasn't the best. That's something that he needed to work on as well. You know, but he has a lot of talent, though. I'm not going to lie, a lot of talent. Here's a running play, not a pass blocking play. Good job sealing the linebacker. Took that way to the sideline, man. I like that right there. He got a little bit of nastiness to him. I like that. A little bit of nastiness. Right here, we got Patrick Paul at left tackle. 33. I don't know who 33 is. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Wait. Oh, I thought this was Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's what I thought. My bad, y'all. That's Mike White. Good job on that one. We're not going nowhere, but this was the preseason, right? So he's not really going up against competition on these. He's not. So it seems like Patrick Paul, he'll be able to block easier competition, but when we go up against like very good DNs, you know, he probably gonna have a hard time. Like Trey Hendrickson, maybe Joey Bosa might give him a hard time. You know, Myles Garrett for sure probably gonna give him a hard time. For sure. JJ Watt probably will give him a hard time. You know, but he putting some people on their back, man. You watch some O-line tape, they not putting nobody on their back. Nobody. And dogs are most definitely nasty. Most definitely. You know, but maybe with more confidence, Patrick Paul will be more nasty. That's what I'm predicting. You know, he got some highlight plays, man. Like plays you could put on a highlight and he'll look good. Ooh, good pancake. Ooh. Who was that? Who was that? I can't see the number. Damn. That was Marshawn Lattimore. Okay. Marshawn Lattimore. I know it's a cornerback, but still, though. No, that's not Marshawn Lattimore. I doubt that. He wasn't there at that time. He was somebody different. Somebody different. But good job by Patrick Paul, man. Pretty impressive rep right here. Big guy moving in space. Putting people on their back. I love that right there, man. No complaints. No complaints. You know, that's an issue that I had with him. I was scared that he wouldn't be able to move. You know, but it seems like he could move pretty well out there, man.
Sit. Go.
Patrick Paul putting in some work. Okay.
Reverse. Reverse.
Work on that footstep. Okay.
Finish.
That footwork needs some work, but he working on it. He working on it.
Hold. 180. Let's go. Go. Reset. Sit. Go. Reverse. Finish.
I just help him with muscle memory on your kick slide, to be honest. So you could have like the same kick slide each rep. You know, so good workout right here. Good workout. I will bug out if Paul and Liam have a stellar year. You know, I feel like I gotta pray on that one. Ain't no way that's just gonna naturally happen. I would have to like have conversations with the man up above about that consistently for that to happen. To be honest, man, because that's a miracle. That's a miracle if that happens, bro. We're not expecting that to happen, but it's possible. It's possible. Here we have a Senior Bowl rep of Patrick Paul. Let's check him out. This is the Patrick Paul I want to see right here. This is the Patrick Paul I want to see, bro. This is the Patrick Paul I want to see, bro. Like his kicks slide was kind of bad on this one, but since he just a long tackle, the DN couldn't really beat him, you know, because he got such a wide kick slide, bro. He could cover space quick, to be honest. You see, like he kind of took like a front step on the kick slide. Like kick slide, then he messed up his feet on here. Then he front step. Then he kick slide again. So I don't know why he did that, but he's still in front of the defender's face. Sometimes when you're in this position, that's easy for a DN to know what to do afterwards to easily beat you. But you know, this DN, he just like, man, this guy's so big, bro. He's already at the spot, meeting me there. There's nothing I can do. Now he got his long arms in your chest, and you definitely don't have longer arms than Patrick Paul. Most definitely, bro. Patrick Paul arms are longer than LeBron James. And look what he do to you. Almost broke your spinal cord, bro. Almost broke your spinal cord. Please don't play this game if you can't play it, bro. Please don't play. You know me, I used to play like outside linebacker, DN. You know, but I knew my arm length would not work against like a tackle like this, bro. There's no way. There's no way. You see, he got that extra push after. I like that right there, Patrick. I like that. If you're watching this, please, fam, make this happen. Yeah, them boys beefing. Them boys beefing. Them boys beefing, man. I like that, man. Right here, I got some more reps of Patrick Paul at left tackle. Good block on 44, pancake on the ground. Oh, we already watched these. Okay, we got some Seahawks. Here's Patrick Paul right here. He going against a rookie right here, Tyrese McKnight, a rookie. Send that boy home, man. You see how, like, with Patrick Paul, it's kind of hard to rip off of his blocks because he got such long arms. Like, let me get a good angle of it. Like, let me show y'all. Like, you see, like Tyrese McKnight, he trying to get off of him. He's trying to get off, but he's like, man, this is too big. I can't do nothing with this. I can't. You know, Patrick Paul, he just holding you, knowing like you can't get off the block. And he's just gonna move you. You know, once Patrick Paul get in this position, is over. But you know, if you're a smart defender, you're gonna know how to not let him get in your chest. But he definitely got in his chest. Okay, Patrick, I like that right there, man. I like that. I think we already watched this, right? Yeah, we already watched the Jets one. Man. Okay, I don't think I got anything else in regards to Patrick Paul. Yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think about Terron Armstead. Patrick Paul, can he replace Terron Armstead? Let me know in the comments. Or should we go get one of those tackles in the draft? Armand Membu. Who else would be available? There's a lot of tackles I like, but you know, nothing's gonna compare to Terron Armstead, bro. Nothing will compare. Next thing we will be reacting to is the Colorado Pro Day. Colorado Pro Day. Let me just look for that real quick. Right here we have Dion talking with the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Interesting. I feel like the Cleveland Browns will end up with a Colorado player. Either Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders. That's what I think. That's the GM right there. I think Andrew Berry. That's the GM. Billy said, get an old tackle even if Armstead was still here. We gonna see. I don't know. There's no good tackles really available in free agency. You know, we just gonna have to address tackle early. Probably tackle or guard, something for the old line, man. Because as of right now, James Daniels, he's the Terron Armstead now for the old line. James Daniels, pretty much. We already reacted to this. Hold on real quick, y'all. Oh, my bad. I missed some videos. Man. Oh, bad, y'all. Here we got Drew Brees talking about Terron Armstead. Let's check this out.
12 amazing years in the NFL. The mainstay wherever he went. I will never forget the day that he showed up in our locker room back in 2013. He didn't start off that year as the starter, but it became evident very quickly that this guy was not only going to be a starting left tackle for us for a very long time, but he was going to be a leader in our locker room, he was going to be a leader in the huddle, and he was going to be a leader throughout the league. He's exemplified what it takes to be a champion in this league and in the locker room and with his teams for a very long time. What's become more and more evident to me when people ask me about my time in the league, when they ask me questions about leadership, when they ask me questions about teamwork, this is what I have to say. Number one, a lot of people define leadership in a lot of different ways. This is how I define it. Leaders make those around them better.
Yep.
They bring out the best qualities, the best traits. They instill confidence. They make you feel that you can do something that maybe you didn't think you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the best leaders. They also inspire you every time you wake up. When you walk in that locker room, body's hurting. You're not sure if you're going to be able to make it out to practice. You don't know if you're going to make it to Sunday. But then you start thinking about the guys that have invested so much, that have sacrificed so much, that have laid it on the line day after day, and you think to yourself, damn, I am not going to miss it. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get out there because I want to win. Not only do I want to win, I want to win a championship, and I want to win it for somebody like that. And that's the feeling that I got waking up every day to step in the New Orleans Saints locker room. Because I
My bad. Shout out to Drew Brees. You know, definitely a legend. You know, if he feels this way about Terron Armstead, imagine Tua. So I don't know what Tua got going on right now, you know, but you might have to work a little bit harder now since Terron Armstead is out of here. Might have to work a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder, man. Dolphins 5-time Pro Bowl left tackle Terron Armstead is retiring officially, ending a star-studded 12-year career Armstead was one of the best left tackles of his generation, beginning with his stint with the Saints. Now he heads into second career, which is rapping. That's why he got the mic. That's why he got the mic, man. Here you got Drew Brees and that Mike McDaniel fit. Drew Brees and that Mike McDaniel fit. Shoes not his size. Shoes not his size, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just go right here, huh? Yes, sir. Yeah, take it back. Yeah, I'll just go right here, huh? Yes, sir. Yeah, take it back. My pick at 2. If I'm the Browns, Travis Hunter is my pick at 2. It's an easy decision. So if I were the Cleveland Browns or the New York Giants, Travis Hunter would be my pick at 2. If I'm the Browns, Travis Hunter is my pick at 2. It's an easy decision for me. If some reason that they don't take him, if I'm the Giants and it's Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter, I really like Shedeur. This is an easy decision. I'm taking Travis Hunter as quickly as possible. I really think the Raiders still make a ton of sense. And I know the Geno Smith trade and contract is what it is. The best place situation or scheme-wise for Shedeur is to play point guard, to be Brock Purdy, to be Tua Tagovailoa, a little bit of Joe Burrow. You want him to be capable of doing that scheme-wise. Chip Kelly has run so many systems in his life, adaptable. He has plenty capability to go do that. I think it's the ideal situation for Shedeur Sanders. You don't have to get on the field right away. You have a veteran in Geno. Might be able to sit for 2 years, learn, and then hit the ground running. So if I were the Cleveland Browns,
think that should be good now, right? Let me know in the comments before I start. How long I was muted for? Let me know, my boy. Let me know. But yeah, let me just restart on the Colorado. I didn't even know y'all could hear me, man. Ridiculous.
To the New York Giants, Travis Hunter would be my pick at 2. If I'm the Browns, Travis Hunter.
Right here. All right, let me just restart right here. Coach Prime and Browns GM Andrew Berry talking. So I do feel like Travis Hunter. I think this means Travis Hunter because I heard Andrew Berry talking, some nice stuff about Travis Hunter, man. Like he acted like Shedeur Sanders don't exist, and he acted like he did not need a quarterback with the Browns. That's how he acted like. So I feel like Travis Hunter is that boy for the Browns. Him and Jerry Jeudy probably gonna make it happen. The Patriots only have Vice President of Player Personnel Ryan Cowden attending Colorado's Pro Day today. Cowden will get one last look at Travis Hunter. New England reportedly views Hunter as the best wide receiver and best CB in the class. So Travis Hunter over there with the Patriots, he's gonna be paired up with Stephon Diggs if he ends up on the Patriots. He's going to be paired up with Christian Gonzalez on defense if he goes to the Patriots. This is like a culture change right here. Definitely a culture change. He could help a bad team, become an average or a good team. That's how good Travis Hunter is. So he could definitely help Patriots get over that hump. So hopefully the Browns take him so we don't got to worry about Travis Hunter no more. Hopefully. But if you go to the Patriots, bro, it's over. It's over for the Dolphins. Definitely over. Right here we have Lester, Jonte Lester. Shout out to him. He is Z. Shout out to my Zoes, man. I'm predicting 4-5. 4-5.
What do you get?
Probably 4-5.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Steve Smith, he funny, man. How he knew that? How he knew that?
What do you get?
Probably 4-5.
He got it right on the money, man. That's crazy. That's pretty impressive, though. Pretty impressive.
No matter where I.
Here you got Shedeur Sanders. Let's check out what he got to say.
Cameras and eyes anywhere I go. That's not. It don't matter where I go. I know my change and I know the influence I have, on society and on culture. So wherever I go, it's definitely gonna be an improvement than what it was before I got there. Cameras and eyes anywhere I go. That's not.
So it seems like he don't care where he goes anymore. He don't care where he goes, man. So Cleveland, New York, Las Vegas, it don't even matter. And, now he don't got the power to go to where he want to go to. Now he got no choice. I remember earlier in the pre-draft process, he was like canceling the Browns, not saying nothing about the Browns. But now when it comes down to the line in regards to them picking number 2, now he kind of like, okay, if I got to go to the Browns, then I go to the Browns. Even though they don't got no good history, I'll still go. And probably Prime telling them, you better go to whatever team picks you up, you better go there and ball out. That's what Prime telling them. Prime telling them, I'm staying in Colorado, so you don't have to worry about where you got to go. But hopefully go to a team that, maybe Prime, he gives up on Colorado and he could actually go coach his 2 sons because that's his main goal. His main goal. Here we go, Coach Prime, talking about the owner of the Browns in his conversation.
Pleasant.
It was charming. It was engaging, and it was cool. It was all right. He's a good guy, and I like him. I like him. Coach, I think one of those guys is gonna be there. Go ahead.
He's talking about Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. One of those guys gonna be there. That's what I'm saying. I would. Like I said, Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter. Even though the Browns need a quarterback, I think it's gonna be Travis Hunter, man. I have a good feeling about it. Good feeling about it. Appreciate you, my bone. I hear you now. Bet. Liam near time. Hey, I'm not one of those. Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm a Zach Wilson near. I say that. Zach Wilson near.
Turned in.
Here we got Travis Hunter. So basically, Carthon, the former GM for the Titans, he's gonna ask Travis Hunter what position you want to be pronounced as at the NFL draft when you walk that stage. Is it receiver or is it DB? Let's see what Travis Hunter say.
Where your name is called, a card is turned in, and the commissioner says your name, and he assigns a position to it. What position do you want to hear the commissioner say when he says Travis Hunter?
He better say wide receiver and DB.
So just wide receiver, DB, not athlete?
Nah, I need him to say wide receiver and DB.
So, Commissioner, you
heard
that.
Crazy.
So let's get that going.
He might start a new wave, man. There might be more Travis Hunters that come after this, bro, just because of him. Just because of him, man. He paved the way. Definitely paved the way. You know, he going right into the wheels fall off, I feel like. But maybe like a bad injury has to happen to Travis Hunter for him to be like, okay, let me just stick to one position and not go too crazy because I want to preserve my NFL career. You know, it's just going to take one injury. You know, I'm not hoping that I hope that he could play both positions throughout his whole career. I'm hoping, but I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to last, but I do want to see greatness, and hopefully it do. Hopefully it do. Right here we have Travis Hunter, you know, running some routes. You know, nothing too crazy. Let's check him out. That boy smooth, man. Bro, he look like a feather running out there, bro. Like light on his feet. He break on 2 steps easily. Like, this is NFL largest contract of all time potential right here. To be honest. Largest NFL contract of all time potential. Sometimes I be wishing that Dolphins were picking higher to get Travis Hunter, but it's just like, whatever, bro. Whatever. Beautiful, man. That boy look like a gazelle out there, dog. A gazelle. Here we have Travis Hunter dapping up somebody from the Browns. Dapping them up, man. That boy out there signing autographs. They go Andrew Bay right there. Now, I actually went to Colorado before, and, you know, it's kind of hard to breathe over there. Kind of hard, man, but it's a beautiful state. You know, seen a lot of stuff that I ain't seen before in Colorado. I visited the university. I ain't go to the facilities, but I visited Colorado University of Colorado, Boulders, I shall say. Well, it's a cool spot, man. I might go back to Colorado. Might go back.
Discussion as
yeah.
Browns Giants could be in that discussion as
yeah,
well.
there's a certain value that you
All right, well,
you
that's
have
Basil.
that you have for him where you would take him.
In that discussion as
Yeah,
well.
there's a certain value.
I don't know. How do y'all feel about this, right? Like this play right here. Is this impressive? Is that impressive right there? I don't know, man. Can anybody do this? It seems like something anybody could do. Behind the back throw. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
You see him as a mid-first round pick, and so you're trying to put yourself in a position to get there.
They got that Kodak in the background. I had that Kodak. Okay.
Could be in that discussion as
Yeah,
well.
there's a certain value that you
All right, well,
you
that's
have
Basil.
that you have for him where you would take him. You see him as a mid-first round pick, and so you're trying to put yourself in a position to get there.
You know, one thing about Shedeur, you know, like with the diamonds, the jewelry, bro, just put it down for 1 second, dog. Like, you don't have to wear it everywhere. You don't have to. Just wear it on some occasions. Only some occasions, bro. Because they definitely gonna judge you off of that chain. Definitely will.
You know where you're going.
Here's another clip. Shedeur Sanders throwing.
One where offensive coordinator's drawn it up and you know where you're going. You just don't see as much of it.
You don't see as much of it. And
honestly, that's the best throw right there.
That's it. Okay. That's Jimmy Horn right there. Jimmy Horn, he definitely gonna be a dog in the league. Definitely gonna be a dog.
Is that one where offensive coordinator's drawn it up and you know where you're going? You just don't.
Like a lot of NFL guys are bashing Shedeur Sanders for the double tap then throw. Like, look what he does right before he throws. Look what he does.
Where you're going.
He passed the ball.
You just don't see as much of
throws
it.
You don't see.
You're gonna give the defender too much time to break on the ball and try to get an interception. But we're gonna see if it's gonna work for you in the NFL. You know, maybe an NFL team will coach it out of you, but you know, you definitely gotta stop that right there.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
As much of it. And honestly,
good throw though. Good throw.
Right there.
Ooh.
Okay. Is that one where?
Here's Shedeur Sanders talking with the Giants regime. I think this is Brian Daboll right here. I wonder what they talking about. I do wonder what they talking about. Could they still be in play? So it looked like he mad that they got Russell Wilson and they got Jameis Winston, and now he want an explanation. Like, man, I really wanted to throw to Malik Neighbors, man. Why I do that? And then here, both of them boys, they know they both on the hot seat. Like, man, we got to make something happen this year. You know, just giving them an explanation in regards to what their plan is. That's what it seems like. Right here, we got another video of Travis Hunter.
He's good. One thing I would say is when he was sitting down, he put it.
Man, Steve Smith everywhere, bro, judging everything, bro. Come on, Steve Smith. Come on, man. Hey, watch out for him. He'll take your wife. He'll take your wife, bro.
His hands backwards would indicate to the defender that he was going to break down. So I need him to keep both his hands moving. But he'll learn that as he hones in on his craft more and more in the league, he'll be fine. That's why he most likely will have to play one position primarily so he can master his craft. Because you never want to be a jack of all trades and master of none. They don't pay masters of none. They pay craftsmen.
That boy just talking, man. Just talking. But he look the way he run, it seemed like he's like 130. You just look so light, but you know he like 185, bro. But he just run like a gazelle, like easily. It's hard to explain. Smooth runner.
The feet, deep over. He's good. One thing I would say is when he was sitting down, he put his hands backwards, which would indicate to the defender that he was going to break down. So I need him to keep both his hands moving. But he'll learn that as he hones in on his craft more and more in the league, he'll be fine. That's why he most likely will have to play one position primarily.
Like I told y'all, he think the same way I'm thinking. Here go a Shiloh Sanders 40. The thing everybody been waiting on.
What you got?
4-5. 4-4-5. 4-4-5.
Okay. 4-4-5.
This saying that reported 4-4-5, but I've been seeing 4-5s. That's what I've been seeing. It looked like he came close to a 4-4 though, based off the run. Came close to a 4-4.
What you got?
4-5. 4-4-5. 4-4-5.
Okay. 4-4-5.
She corrected him. Oh, so 4-5. So 4-5. Shout out to Money, 200K. Y'all need offensive lineman first round now. Hey, we lost Calais Campbell too. We need D tackle first round. We got a lot of needs, man. A lot of needs, bro. We don't know which way to go. Like at this point, I wouldn't mind trading back just to make sure that we fill in all the holes that we got on this team, man. To be honest. Here's some throws of Shador. Jimmy Horn. Y'all see it? He goes like this. What? Boom. That's what he do. He definitely gotta stop that. But he got a good arm though. It's gonna increase the speed in regards to how fast the ball gets there. Definitely gonna increase the speed if he gets rid of that pat. Good throw on the run. Ooh. Behind the back a little bit, but okay. Travis. Yeah. You know, I see first round potential. You know, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to the first round, but you know, there's never a scenario I saw where some people saying he a second round, third round quarterback. Maybe in some other draft classes, but with this draft class, he's definitely a first round quarterback. Nice little deep throw. Ooh. Ooh, good throw. That Will Shepherd right there. No copyright. Will Shepard, goal line situation, behind the back. Man, I don't know why he do that, bro. I do not know why. Here we have Jimmy Horan, his 40-yard dash. Let's check this out. He moving, man. Definitely moving. Yeah, I think he ran a 4.4. I think he ran a 4.4. But shout out to Jimmy, man. He definitely going to break the top off the defense. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Put that to bed like the father, Deion Sanders, want to be involved in where his son lands.
What would I be
put that to
involved
bed
for?
like,
This is my show. I got this. I'm the band director here. I'm good. I'm straight. I keep telling everybody I'm good here. They didn't believe me, so we had to ink it. I'm good. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, it has been an incredible atmosphere here in Boulder, Colorado for the Ain't Hard to Find showcase here. We got a lot of Buffaloes working out, and I'm telling you, a who's who of NFL personnel that are here. We immensely appreciate you joining us here on SportsCenter.
I got us in with this. I like these colors, though. Don't you like these colors?
Great. They look great on you. I'm trying to get some gear on the way out.
I like these colors.
Yeah. The father.
Ain't no other team in the NFL with these colors. No other team in the NFL, man. So it seemed like Deion Sanders will never leave Colorado unless the opportunity is right. You know, but we're going to see if that happens in the future. We're going to see.
There you go, girl.
You don't have to stand up there.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good, I'm great, thanks.
You good?
Coach Prime, right there. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, he looked like a 4.38. Did he run a 40? I don't think he did. But Travis Hunter, he's actually from Palm Beach. Believe it or not, man. Actually from Palm Beach. So shout out to Travis Hunter. You know, the same county as me. You know, he's probably, you know, we produce Lamar Jackson. We produce Travis Hunter. Come on, man. Stop playing with Palm Beach. Stop playing with Palm Beach. We got him over here, man. We definitely do got him. Here's another view of Shiloh Sanders 40. Here, going up hard. Coach Prime has said if Shiloh had ran a 4.4, he would have bought him a car. Any car that he wanted, he knew that he wasn't going to run a 4.4. He knew it. 4.59. You know, like, that's not good for a safety, but that's not bad either. You know, he's still draftable with that 40-yard dash. You know, so he ain't do too bad, but he could have definitely got that 4.4 range and would have impressed a lot of people. Most definitely, man. I kind of felt bad for Shiloh when he got this number. I'm like, man, I wish he had got that 4.4, but he didn't. He didn't.
Heard from multiple people. Travis Hunter.
Here we have Steve Smith Sr. talking about. Excuse me, I'm still a little cold. Not a little cold, but I still have the cold, but I should be good in a few days. But yeah, we have Steve Smith Sr. talking about Colorado Pro Day. Let's check this out.
I first heard from multiple people. Travis Hunter not doing anything today. Wasn't going to work out. This morning, Steve, things changed. Going to be running routes. What do we want to see from Travis Hunter today?
Running routes, I believe, is going to be excellent. Just to see his explosiveness. He's not running a 40. He's one of the very few blue chips in this draft. So why do you have to do anything when they already know what you can do? You have enough film. You can see the progression from Jackson State to Colorado, and he's done a great job. Seeing, he's improved as a corner, but seeing what he can do as a wide receiver with the other wide receivers in the competition. I was told Shador probably throw about 60 passes. They're going to hit early, so that'd be good. Get some guys in some reps. Seeing this big festive event to get guys.
It's a showcase.
It's a showcase, and I wish as a young Utah alumni,
It's tough to be here.
This is difficult to watch, but it's exciting to see that former workmate, Coach Prime. You see what he's building here at the collegiate level because he's been at the top of the mountain. So he gives these guys an opportunity. So I kind of like it. I think it's dope.
You did wear red shoes, by the way.
Sure did.
Go Utes.
Go Utes. Still showing them my love.
Shout out to C. Smith. Gave his opinion about Travis Hunter. Not everybody could fit in the weight room at the pro day. That's crazy. Had that bit packed. Man.
We did two.
Here's a Travis Hunter dapping up Brian Daboll.
One's defense versus two's offense. So he did it just like it was a game.
That boy flirting with him?
So he did it just like it was a game.
Hey, Daboll, he could save your job, man. This kid right here could save your job, bro.
Yeah. So he'll get the reps, he'll get the drive on his legs and understanding what he was up against even in practice. And he just went.
Is there another athlete that has the conditioning level?
No,
that he has?
not that I've seen. I think it's some guys that could do it, but their coach don't have the nerve to let them do it because the coach hadn't done it. So the coach can't envision someone doing that he hadn't even done.
I got to listen to what Coach Prime is saying in the background. Listen up.
One's defense versus two's offense. So he did it just like it was a game. Yeah. So he'll get the reps, he'll get the drive on his legs and understanding what he was up against even in practice. And he just went.
Is there another athlete that has the conditioning level?
No,
that he has?
Not that I've seen. I think it's some guys that could do it, but their coach don't have the nerve to let them do it because the coach hadn't done it. So the coach can't envision someone doing that he hadn't even done.
But like I'm saying, Coach Prime is giving the blueprint to NFL teams as to how you can manage a player playing both sides. He showed NFL teams, man, and once Travis Hunter gets acclimated and does that actually in the NFL, that's when we're going to see more people come into the NFL that do the same thing that Travis Hunter does. But he's really going to start his own way, man. That's why he's a generational talent, bro. Let me see what else.
Ready to show these scouts what I got. I'm a hard worker, great character. I'm just ready to ride, man.
We got about, 22, 23 NFL teams out here hanging out, watching about 9 guys from last year try and make the jump to the NFL.
We're watching these seniors perform in front of NFL scouts for their pro day. We're looking at pure athleticism. You take away the scheme, you take...
I don't know who they are. Here's Travis Hunter with the Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator. No need to meet up with him. No need, bro. No way you get Cam Ward and Travis Hunter. No way. No way. There go Carthon right there.
Yeah.
With Charlotte putting in work. Yeah, he been working towards it. You know. Hopefully he gets a good opportunity in the NFL. That's all you can really ask for the boy. That's all you can really ask for, man. But next, I actually do got Shiloh Sanders' press conference. Let's check out what he had to say.
All right, got Shiloh Sanders.
How's everybody doing today? Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate y'all coming to support. And, you know, I'm proud of everybody today, everybody on the team, all the seniors, showing out for these scouts. And as y'all can see, we got a lot of talent here. We should have a few buffs getting drafted for sure.
Shiloh, what has this process been? What the draft process being for? What is this last couple months of offseason?
Man, just working, you know, working on technique because the 40 is all about technique. I ended up with a 4.52. I really wanted to get that 4.4, you know, whatever, so I could get this whip from my dad. But some people have 4.4, but the big boys have 4.52. So we're going to go by that. And, you know, the work just don't stop here. The 4.4 was just a goal. That was a goal. Nobody even thought I could run a 4.5 at all or a 4.6. Everyone's talking about 4.7, stuff like that. But
who said 4.7?
Yeah, I'm proud of it. He's proud of it. I'm proud of it.
Who said 4.7? I would have definitely said 4.5 for him. Definitely 4.5. Shout out to Money 200K. It will still be some good defensive tackles in the second round. Yeah, most definitely. Just make sure you use that first round pick correctly. He a good slot receiver. Hope Grant's still available in that second round. Someone give y'all a first round pick for next. You would trade back for a first round next year. But we'll get an extra second round pick, and there could be a lot of talent in that second round that falls. You know, so we could do that, man. I do see that happening. Maybe.
Shador out here throwing great. You know, he had some passes that was unbelievable that I haven't seen a lot of guys throw, you know, because I haven't seen him throw in a long time since the season. I've been watching guys pro days, and then I see Shador in real life. I'm like, dang, he actually is good, you know? So he gets a lot of hate too, but he actually truly is the top quarterback of this draft. And I'm not just saying that because I'm his brother, you know?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You don't got a cap, bro. You don't got a cap, fam.
Brian, aside from your 40, what have you been working on since the end of the
Really, just speed work and just getting stronger, you know. Now we don't have games week to week. Now I just focus on just my body, you know, getting faster, stronger. And, you know, now after this pro day, now we could focus on getting conditioning shape, football shape, rather than just pro day shape. Now it's time to get in football shape for the camps and just be ready to go whenever my name gets called.
After the Nebraska game, how tough was it for you to kind of get your feet back under you while trying to move on the fly? Because you were hurt pretty much all year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a true competitor. Out to Nebraska, when I broke my forearm in half, you know, there's not a lot of guys that would come back and even want to play football again after that, because that's like brutal. That's literally a brutal injury, very gruesome. My arm snapped in half, and
Wow.
as soon as that happened, I told him to just tape it up tight and let me go back out there, but it was truly broken. So just coming back in 3 weeks, you know, was outrageous. But that just says what type of guy I am. You know, you hear a lot of bad things, but you don't hear a lot of good things. That I'm truly a competitor, and I don't let nothing put me down, no matter what. And that's what you want out of a guy. Can't nothing get in my way, and failure is not an option. So even
I like that right there, man. I like that, bro. You know, before y'all talk about these Sanders boys, man, just listen to them, bro. Don't judge a book by its cover, man. Do not judge a book by its cover. You know, I respect Deion, so I'm gonna respect the boys too, to be honest.
been coming back and playing the worst game of my life, one bad game in my whole career, you know, it is what it is.
There were two moments that I noticed after the Oklahoma State game and after the BYU game. You went up into the stands to talk to the fans. Why did you do that, and why did that mean so much to you?
Could they hear the question on the interview? All right, so he said, why did I go in the stands after the Oklahoma State game and BYU game? Because we got a lot of fans out here, and we did, you know, we literally turned the program around. And I know a lot of fans, I see them online, but if I was a little kid and one of my favorite players came up to me, I got to talk to him and see him in real life, like up close in person, like I'll be so happy. So I want to be that type of guy. So all our fans that paid all this money to come support us, you know, just show love to them too. You know, go dap them
Yeah,
up.
we deserve it, man. We deserve it. As a Miami Dolphin fans, we deserve, you know, more interaction with the players. You know, we pretty much paying for y'all contracts, to be honest. All the money that we pour into this team, man, is going straight to y'all players. Straight to y'all, man. So that's real.
Give them a hug, just let them see you like up close and talk to you. You know, that just goes a long way. Like people remember that forever. Because I remember when I was younger, and I used to go to my dad's practices with the Ravens. I remember all the players, and I used to think they were superheroes. So that's how they look at us. So I just want to, you know, give them the same experience.
Last question. What's your selling point to teams and why they should draft you?
My selling point to teams and why they should draft me. If you want a safety that's going to play like a safety, that's going to be physical, bring that hat, be a leader in the secondary, take coaching, be an extension of the defensive coordinator, do my job, everything I'm supposed to do, then I'm the guy.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, Shiloh. Okay. If I were the Dolphins, I wouldn't mind a 6 or a 7 round pick on Shiloh. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe he turns into a starter. You know, he's worth a 6 or 7 round pick to see if he actually is like that. You know, so shout out to Shiloh. Shout out to the Colorado Buffs. Travis Hunter, he ain't run the 40. I wish I could find a video on that, but I couldn't really find nothing. Shador, we just watched him in regards to his throwing. And Shiloh, we just watched the 40 for him. And that's about it. That's all that happened. All the other prospects, I'm not really keeping my eye out on in Colorado. So I'm not really too pressed about them. But here we got Pilar Sanders, the mother of Shiloh, talking about the 40-yard dash that her son ran. That shit is up.
Doris Sanders and Shiloh Sanders, who both, in my opinion, had solid days. And Pilar has some interesting things to say on her social media page about the event.
You guys, I absolutely love this. Oh, hold on. My babies. Yay.
she going by that 4.45, man. His family riding for him. They say, yeah, that was a 4.45. They riding.
4.5. 4.45. 4.45.
Okay. 4.45.
Definitely a proud.
Of course, you're the mother. You're gonna assume it's the real 4.45. I understand. You gotta ride for your kids, man.
Moment for Pilar, proud mom moment to know that, both of your sons did really, really good at their pro day, and it's a real good chance that both will get drafted in the NFL draft. So there's something huge, and congratulations to her and Deion Sanders for, having that opportunity that their kids are going, both of the boys going to the NFL draft, and, huge, huge, huge accomplishments. And in my opinion, Shiloh Sanders, he did what he needed to do. And as long as he got a 4.5 or lower, that was cool. Because like I said to multiple people, probably said it earlier in the previous videos, is the fact that he's more of a box safety. He's not a traditional free safety, 6'2", that's rangy, that's going to get sideline to sideline. He's a more of a, I almost want to say, a hybrid safety linebacker. He plays more in that type of role. I can almost see him gaining some weight and being even more in the box, covering a lot of tight ends and coming down even more, and not really having to play too many of the slot receivers or the fast receivers. So
yeah, he definitely a tackler. Definitely a tackler, and not more so of that rangy safety, but he a good player. Good player. Special teams, I'll give him that. Special teams, man. But hey, shout out to Colorado, all the players. We're gonna see what happens in this draft, man. We're gonna see. I just got some freestyle stuff to go over with y'all. I just want y'all to be on the lookout for this right here. This is concerning to me. Concerning.
See any
this is Chicago, but when you go to a Dolphins game, sometimes you may deal with this. I don't know if you're not from Florida or Miami or whatever it is. If you're from a different state, they're going to take advantage of you. You're going to see random people with yellow jackets like this before you go to a game asking you if you need a parking. You got to be careful about this right here. Got to be careful.
You are watching a modern-day version of highway robbery.
The money.
An organized team of thieves on motorized scooters swindling travelers in the middle of rush hour on the Dan Ryan Expressway.
We didn't see any police nearby, so that made us even more nervous.
We caught them demanding $40 in cash in order to pass.
$40 for parking? $40 for parking? Come on, man. Be serious. Be serious. I can't be waxing like that, especially if it's something that y'all shouldn't be doing. Y'all should not be waxing.
That you turn right unless you pay them the money.
It's kind of an extortion in a way.
Ryan Cawley and his wife Jackie were heading to a Chicago White Sox game when they were surrounded.
I just remember he went around to my side of the vehicle, and he was swearing at Ryan because Ryan had said no. And then at that point, he started swearing really loudly and then started kicking the car.
What? The scammers pretending to be official White Sox parking attendants.
That's what I'm saying. Be careful out there, man. People gonna play games with you. People gonna play games, man.
They had the yellow vests on, and they had a fistful of cash, which gives them, the appearance that they're actually legit.
And they're on phones.
We were a little bit late. So it was like, the game's already started. Here, we need $40 cash. There's no spots left. If you want to get a spot, you got to give me the money now. And I said, well, I don't have $40 in cash. And I thought, the sign says credit debit. I have my credit card. He's like, no, man, that's not how it works. You need $40 cash. This is the last spot left. This is it.
Wow, them boys really trying to finesse, bro. Really trying to finesse.
I have my credit card. He's like, no, man, that's not how it works. You need $40 cash. This is the last spot left. This is it.
And when you told them, no, I'm not going to pay it, they got aggressive.
Yeah. And I think that was around the time when he went around to the back and just started kicking us to get out.
And we've heard from other fans who have had their cars blocked, kicked, or punched. One woman reported to a traffic aide she was spit on when she refused to pay.
Amazingly brazen, right? I mean, but these are scammers. They're just trying to take your money.
Hey, to the 4-out games, I'm just gonna take Uber or a Lyft, bro. I'm not dealing with this. Definitely not dealing with this right here.
To bully you, get you to stop and roll down a window and take your money.
They can be hard to catch. Watch as a state trooper cuts them off, and they take off the other way down the Dan Ryan.
And we got to make the punishment be there.
They cleared
The
it.
White Sox even put up "Say No to Scammer" signs to try and warn fans only debit and credit cards are accepted in their lots.
Wow, man. You know, people just trying to get how they live, man. That's it. That's it. Last thing I got for y'all, Dolphins have hosted top 30 draft visit for UCF Knights RB Penny Bone. Not somebody who was on my radar. You know, not too sure about him. I think he went to Toledo, then he transferred over to UCF. Let me check him out real quick. You can't even copy and paste. Okay, we good now. Check out this running back. Oh, 6'1", 230. He got some size on him. Definitely got some size on him. 4-star recruit. (6'2", 225 from Michigan. Okay. He went to Maryland. Yeah. Then I guess he transferred over to Toledo, and then he went to UCF. So he a up north kid at UCF, you know, doing his thing now. You know, he should be a bruising running back. A bruising running back, but we got to watch the tape to see how good he really is. Got to watch the tape to see. We're going to check out his Instagram real quick. Oh, that boy got married. Okay. That boy got married early. Shout out to him. You know, father. UCF, they had some running backs then. Okay, UCF. Okay. Yeah, he seemed like a family man. Yeah, that's cool right there, man. That's cool. You know, he might could fit in with the team based off what we really need. He kind of looked like Debo. Based off his size, man. Kind of look like Debo. He might play like Debo on film. That boy flexing. Flexing with that Tesla. Yeah, there he go. At Toledo, man. There he go. All right. Let's go watch some tape of Penny Bone. Let's see where this is at. Okay, got it right here.
Go into this week of extent.
Right here, we got player Penny Bone at running back at UCF. Let's check this out.
This week of extended.
You're not the fastest. You know, it seems like you got good vision, though. Oh, come on. You got to score on that one, fam. Got to score on that one, dog. I can't believe how much running backs UCF had. I couldn't even realize it, bro. Every time I watch their game, I'm like, damn, they got a lot of good running backs on this team. A lot of good running backs. My bad on that one. Hold on. Right here we have Penny Bone at Toledo. Hold on real quick. Okay. Number 13, taking the handoff. He got sneaky speed. Okay. Nah, never mind. Never mind. He don't got that speed. But he looked like Debo. I'm not gonna lie. He does look like Debo in this. You should at least jump over or cut to the inside. Like, you gotta give us a move here. Gotta give us a move. I know you see this person coming. I know you see him. Let me see. Like, this person right here, you could have just juked him or hurdled him, and then boom, easy touchdown. You know, so there's more that could be had in the running game with Boone, but you know, he's getting to the point. He's getting to the point, man. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I like that right there. I like this right here. This is what I want to see. Bah! Ooh.
Has been Penny Boone's recipe for success this season.
I could tell I was running a little bit sluggish when I was, bigger, so I had to get the weight off me and they're feeling also too as well.
I feel like high school Penny again. I'm happy to have him, with me in the backfield. He gonna run that ball.
His former high school teammate, not only a reason Boone chose Toledo.
I was thinking of different schools, and I was talking to DQ, and he was like, you might as well come here. Like, why not?
But also a motivator for his improvement.
Where I'm from, that's just something we always did. We always put up these great numbers or did great things. When he didn't see that, it was like, whoa, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with my brother? I gotta see what's going on with him. So, I just had to get back on path.
Even more impactful.
You seem like he had a good year with Toledo, but I wonder why he transferred. Man.
Than Finn has been his older brother and former NFL player Zerlon Tipton.
He definitely led me a lot. I always wanted to be around him, even at practice. It don't matter, even since I was a baby. So I always wanted to be around my brothers. And just seeing him do it and going all the way, just okay, I can actually do it.
His unexpected passing in June 2016, a day Boone.
Damn, RIP.
It was crazy because the day it happened, it was he was supposed to come to my 707 when I was in high school. So, I did good at 707 too. You know what I'm saying, and took me to where I'm here now. So I'm happy that he's still with me, and that he's behind me.
But as one life is lost, another begins, as Boone is embracing fatherhood and the lessons it brings.
Tiring, but it definitely gets you. This definitely gets you motivated and make sure you stop and you think what's going on, and it's just just help me, just football and non-football, just being a better person. Period.
Reporting in Toledo, I'm Nicole Weaving, BCSN.
A shout out to Penny Boone. Shout out to him. It seems like he got very good hands as well. Very, very good hands. That boy snapped with that catch. It seemed like a guy that the Dolphins could target in the later rounds, 5, 6, 7. Maybe they wanted to get to know him a little bit more just in case if he does fall around there. And, he based off him, he seemed like he's a fifth round pick. 5th round pick. That's what I think. 5th, 6th, maybe, but most likely 5th. Here I got another clip of Penny Bone. Let's check this out. Pah! He got some power, though. He got some power. Pah! Laid him flat. He don't got the speed, so he gonna have to just look for contact just to try to get those extra yards. If he was a little bit elusive, you could avoid those hits. But if you're not elusive or you don't got speed, then you're just gonna have to take contact. You're gonna have to drop your shoulder. It's mandatory. But he got enough power to do that. The speed, and him being athletic, he could definitely get better in regards to those two areas, throughout his time in the NFL. I think he could be better just based off of an NFL workout regimen. He probably doing that already, but eating the right things, doing the right things all the time could definitely take him to a different level. Most definitely. Here I have a video of Penny Bone at Maryland. Let's check this out with Tua brother, actually. Ooh, good juke. Ooh, good jump. He looked like Debo for real. He do. Now I see why the Dolphins have a little bit of interest in him. Now I see what they see on film. Good job by him. Just if he was only faster, it definitely would go higher. Definitely would go higher, man. But speed is something that you could work on most definitely throughout the offseason. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if the Dolphins really do draft this guy, Penny Bone. Right here, I got another video of Penny Bone at running back. Let's check this out. Ooh, good spin. Ooh. Bro, that DB. Yeah, he stopped his feet. You can't stop your feet. You gotta keep on shuffling. Got your eye, man. He's shifty for a guy over 230. Very shifty. But he could get shiftier for a guy over his size. Could get shiftier. But you see how good he could be as a pass catcher, doing like this out the backfield. He could definitely be a great asset. Most definitely.
You're going to see the running back here on the right. He's playing with Toledo in 2023. And you see him make this nice extension over his head, away from his frame, without leaving his feet, over the shoulder, and then pierces downhill. Here comes the defensive back. And watch Boone from the three launch himself.
Okay. Good reach.
Now, Boone, who was playing with UCF this year, is 6'1", 232, making this play. Nice display of athletic ability, number 13 here. Again.
Yeah, like he athletic. He athletic, but he could get more athletic than what he is right now. Could definitely get way more athletic.
Nice extension. Good catch with the hands. And then airborne. Nice play. Penny Boone, you're going to...
Shout out to Penny Boone. He's been putting in work, man. He's been putting in work. This is all this year. All this year, these workouts. Good movement skills. Yeah, that boy been grinding, man. That's what I want to see.
Push, push, push. Set. Go. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Push, push. Set. Go. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Push, push.
Okay, nice little drill.
Set. Go.
Working on that cutting ability.
Push, push, push. Push, push. Set.
Right here, we got more highlights. Let's check this out. Ooh, good jukes. But he Debo Samuel light, bro. Debo Samuel light. Good reach, touchdown. Yeah, we've seen a few of these plays already. Yeah, it seemed like he was the man at Toledo, UCF. He went to the wrong school, man. Too much competition. Too much competition.
Go! Come on, eyes on me.
Here's another workout video. Let's check this out.
Go! Come on, eyes on me. Go! Get to that ball! Get there! There you go! Push! Drive! Come on, chop! Come on, Penny. Go! Feel the ground! Feel it! Feel it! Feel it! Feel it! Push! Drive! Push! Go! Come on, play! Go! Come on, eyes on me. Go!
That boy moving, but he doing the stuff that he gotta do to be a better running back. He doing what he gotta do. Looks real fluid
Get to
out
that
there.
ball!
You know, grinding. It's like he know that he could get better. So he working. He working right now.
Go. Let's go. Push. There we go. Push. Get there. Push. Go. Let's go. Push. There we go. Push. Get there. Push.
Pretty good footwork. But yeah, y'all let me know about Bone, man. Do you think he'll be a good player to add on the Dolphins? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me know in the comments. Let me see what else I got for y'all today, man. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. There's Doba. I'm just seeing if I got anything else for y'all. I've been on stream for 2 hours on a Sunday. On my off day. So I appreciate y'all for putting up on me. I got to check out this live stream. I don't know how long I was on mute for. I do not know, but I'm sorry if I was on mute the whole first half of the stream. I'm sorry. I am sorry. All right, next we're going to react to what Colin Cowherd had to say about Tua before and what he has to say now. Let's see.
So my track record, I've told you before, archive this, John. He's my number one quarterback. Now, I think Joe Burrow's a very good player. I think if Tua remains healthy, he's Drew Brees. I never bought into Baker as Drew Brees. I think this is Drew Brees. Athletic, but really a pocket passer with a perfect temperament. So the story is he's fully cleared and ready to compete. He passed his 4th medical checkup on his surgically repaired hip. Now, here's the thing about Tua. There's a lot of injury talk. He broke a finger. I don't care. He had 2 ankle surgeries. I frankly don't care much, and I'll tell you why. Because in both of these surgeries, they were called tightrope surgeries on his ankle. He didn't necessarily have to have them, but they clean it up and you heal faster. It's one of these things you wouldn't have done perhaps years ago. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but these allowed him to get back and play LSU, the tightrope surgeries. Ankles, everybody that plays NFL football has a shoulder or ankle or knee injuries. I don't worry a ton about those. Now, I do.
Now we worry. Now we worried, man. You know, but it's crazy how he just switched up. You know, we're going to see what he says in this video about Tua compared to what he said back in the day. He said Tua was the best quarterback out of this whole draft class. Now it seems like Tua is the 5th best quarterback in this draft class. So obviously, Colin Cowherd, he not going to show no love to Tua because of how bad he making him look right now. Because he wrote for him way back in the day. But now you can't really say Tua's the best quarterback out of that class. You can't.
Do worry about his hip injury. That scares me. That's kind of the Bo Jackson thing where suddenly you wake up and can't play. But I will say this. With certain athletes, let's take Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was all about athleticism. He was still never a great shooter. Much like John Wall, it's his speed that carries the day and his athleticism. John Wall and D. Rose are not great shooters. Same with Westbrook, who's better than both. When their athleticism goes, if Westbrook started having knee problems, his game would erode quickly. He needs good wheels because he's not a pure shooter. Steph Curry, meanwhile, could play forever. You know, guys that live on shooting, Steph Curry could play for, Dirk Nowitzki can play forever because he can shoot. Here's the thing about Tua. If you look.
Shout out to Kinsley, Valcine. Appreciate you, my boy. You gotta be Zoe. I can tell by the last name. I know you, Zoe. We gotta trade down, get additional picks in the second round, most definitely. Most definitely. Whatever we gotta do to get as much talent as we can, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Unless you want to go tackle with that first pick, or do you want to get a D tackle and an offensive tackle? You could get one in the first round, another one in the second round, but you don't lose that other second round pick where you could probably do a safety or a cornerback. That'll probably be better for our situation right now. Probably would be better.
At Tua's strengths, they're not tied to athleticism. It's a beautiful, accurate football. Tremendous leadership. Sees the field. Has a pocket presence. Throws a feathery, soft, deep ball. He has a very, very quick release. If he was more Russell Wilson, maybe. Like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz can live without running, but boy, it helps. Russell Wilson can live without running, but boy, it helps. Tua's a pocket passer with a great touch, who's a great leader, who's great pre-snap, who sees.
I don't know about a leader. I'd say Tua's more so of a leader by example. You know, he's showing you what you should be doing off the field. You know, a family man, taking care of business, this and that. You know, that's how Tua can be a leader. But in regards to a vocal leader out there, you know, I feel like we got way more dogs who are vocal leaders. Those are the most important leaders, the vocal ones, to be honest.
The field. He's not tied to athleticism like some quarterbacks are. I'm rolling the dice. He's my number one. I'm not too worried about ankle stuff. Pro athletes hurt ankles all the time. I'd still take Tua at number one.
Man, I know he regret that.
First round talent. I did like guys where there were a lot of skeptics. I like Justin Herbert. I like Bo Nix. And I think I've been proven right to some degree on Sam Darnold. I've told you before. So my track record on quarterbacks, I think I'm pretty good at the quarterback thing. Here's quarterbacks who people liked much more than me. Zach Wilson. I didn't like Zach Wilson. Daniel Jones, Mitch Trubisky, Tim Tebow, Tua, Johnny Man.
So Cap, you had him number one a few years ago on your list, number one. Now you're saying that you didn't like him entering the draft. Like, come on, man. Come on, Colin, please.
Denzel, I was like, I'm not high on these guys. I don't see great first-round talent. I did like guys where there were a lot of skeptics. I like Justin Herbert. I like Bo Nix. And I think I've been proven right to some degree on Sam Darnold. So my track record. I can't believe
the list had two on it. I can't believe it, bro. And we got evidence right here of him saying what he said. Evidence, bro. Colin Cowherd, man. He know how to get clicks.
He's my number one quarterback. Now, I think Joe Burrow's a very good player. I think if Tua remains healthy, he's Drew Brees. I never bought into Baker as Drew Brees. I think this is Drew Brees. Athletic, but really a pocket passer with a perfect temperament. So the story is he's fully cleared and ready to compete. He passed his fourth medical checkup on his surgically repaired hip. Now, here's the thing about Tua. There's a lot of injury talk. He broke a finger. I don't care.
Damn.
He had 2 ankle surgeries. I frankly don't care much, and I'll tell you why. Because in both of these surgeries, they were called tightrope surgeries on his ankle.
Let me search that up real quick. Tightrope surgeries. tightrope surgeries. Specifically referring to the minimally invasive surgical procedure used to treat high ankle sprains and fractures. Maybe I gotta look for a video. Nothing too long.
A high ankle sprain using the Tightrope XP implant. The ankle is made up of 3 bones: the tibia or shin bone, the fibula or calf bone, and the talus. A high ankle sprain involves the ligaments between the fibula and tibia. First, your surgeon will make an incision over the fibula, and a clamp is used to hold the 2 bones together. Next, a 2-hole plate is placed on the side of the fibula to help support the Tightrope XP implants. Then, special instruments are used to create 2 holes in both bones. Next, the first Tightrope XP implant is inserted through the hole until it reaches the opposite side. Once the button is confirmed to be outside of the bone, the red safety tab is removed. Next, the black button is slid backwards, allowing the Tightrope XP button to be released. After the button has been released, the driver is pulled back, allowing the button to sit flush onto the bone. The sutures and round button are then released from the handle, and the round button is slid down to the plate. Next, the shortening strands of the Tightrope XP implant are attached to the tightening handles, and your surgeon will pull on each suture until the desired tension is achieved.
Wow.
Lastly, your surgeon will implant a second Tightrope XP implant, using the same steps as the first implant. This completes the repair of a high ankle sprain.
Wow, okay. Did not know that right there. Did not know that. And you know, too, it was dealing with the hip as well. You know, the concussions. You know, it's just a lot of things with Tua, man. A lot of things with Tua. What next I got for y'all, man? I think that's about it, bro. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Probably gonna talk about some prospects. Tyler So, that will be a prospect that we will talk about tomorrow. If I find any other topics, I might have a special guest coming on tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. One of my good friends should be coming on, so it should be a good one tomorrow, man. If no news come out about the Dolphins, we just gonna freestyle and talk about whatever's popping. You know, one thing me and my special guest had in mind in regards to talking about is Ruby Rose and that $5 million, not question, but $5 million comment she said about a dude having to make $5 million in a year for them to even speak to her. Me and my homeboy going to talk about that. We're going to chop it up and see if that's even realistic. Because, I mean, to me personally, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's realistic, man. Unless you're willing to share, you know, okay. But, hey, you know. But, hey, before I end this live stream, man, y'all already know what I'm going to do now. Y'all go get y'all merch.
Welcome to DGE Merchandise, your one-stop shop for everything you need. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we've got you covered. Check out DGE Merchandise website for all your latest gear for the National Football League and more. Every sale helps the channel grow to bigger and better things, and we wouldn't be here without your support. Shop with confidence, knowing that we offer top-quality products at unbeatable prices. Ready to find your next favorite product? Visit dgmerchandise.com today and start shopping. We're always here to make your shopping experience easy, fast, and fun.